Hi, kitty cat. We're still trying to find a home for this girl. If anybody wants a sweet cat, she's as sweet as she can be, but I'm allergic to her. Everywhere she's touching me right now, I'm going to be itchy later. Anyway, I didn't come here to talk to you about that. We're going to find her a home, though, because she's as sweet as she can be. I did come here to talk to you about something I found very interesting when I was talking to somebody today. And I know I've been away for a while, so for those of you who follow my channel, thank you for hanging around. I'm sorry I've been away. You know that if you've been following for a while, you know that my stepfather just passed away, and we've been struggling with that. So, but I'll get you caught up on everything with regard to that. But I was talking to a gentleman that stopped by earlier that was doing some work on my property where he had to do a test for the inspector to come out to allow them to pour the concrete. And he was really open about some things. It was nice to be able to talk to somebody and have a conversation about the diet issue without them having a reaction that was completely negative, because people always tend to react immediately to think, oh, meat. Because he even did that initially. He kind of shook his head a little bit, and I said, well, I've been doing it for 2 years, so it's working pretty darn good. I was close to 300 pounds this time last year, and he realizes that it's possible immediately after seeing that, because you can see the difference in my lean body mass. I didn't even tell him I was in the middle of a 4-day fast. Oh, and I'll get to that soon too. But not during this video. I'm just coming to talk to you about something that I found interesting when talking to a regular guy that I bumped into. And it was a reminder for me. There are so few people who realize that this diet can have such benefits. And I just want to be able to come share that with you. That here I've been doing lion diet, which is far more stringent a diet than you may need to do if you're just trying to lose weight. I didn't start this for losing weight, so really I didn't start something that I planned to do for a little while. I have been doing this now for over 19 months, and I don't plan to stop because it works for me. I still am looking for foods to reincorporate into my system, but my general foods still stay at ruminant meat, water, and salt. First question people always ask whenever they hear that is, what's ruminant meat? Well, ruminant meat is any animal that is a ruminating animal, which means it has multiple stomachs, it eats grass, and it's basically designed to process eating grass and remove all of those plant toxins and things that are not good for your body. And that has allowed me to be able to eat and not have the gut issues I was having before I started eating this way. And also lost a tremendous amount of weight, stopped having high blood pressure, had a number of issues that were relieved by simply going on a diet that was all ruminant meat, water, and salt. Now, again, you might be thinking, well, which ones are the ruminating animals? Well, you can Google search that and find a quick answer, but I'll tell you also. It's bison, buffalo, deer, elk, I believe camel and giraffe are even on there, although I haven't seen any on the store shelves lately. But primarily it's beef and lamb for me. I do eat a lot of deer when I'm hunting, but everything got thrown off the past couple of years. I haven't been hunting. I haven't got my license for Florida yet, so I'm hoping to get that squared away because I want to be able to get back to deer hunting again. But one of the things about deer that I don't like is I don't get enough fat from them. So anyway, that's what ruminating animals are. But I wanted to be able to come and remind you that, one, this may not be the diet for you. I don't think there's one diet for everybody. But I do know this. This diet works for me in a way like nothing else has ever done. I've been able to climb rope to the top of the rope that I couldn't climb when I was in high school at age 49. I could do that, and I couldn't even do it with my using my feet to climb the rope back when I tried to do it when I was in high school. I tried to use my feet where you wrap your feet over the top of the rope and you step on the rope and pull yourself up, and then you pull a little farther, and then you move your feet up again and keep pulling that way. I wasn't even able to get to the top of the rope in high school doing that. But here at age 49, I was able to hand over hand on the rope. If I can find the footage, I'll show it here. I'm in the best shape I've ever been in. I feel great. I wear medium to large clothing now. I've worn 2X and 3X large for so long I can't even remember. I feel fantastic. And it's helping me in other ways. It's helping me focus more on mental health issues that I might have been dealing with, like anxiety. And that's something I want to get into in my future videos too. But I'm really scratching the surface on that for myself right now, so I'm going to be taking you on that journey with me if you'll stay along with me. I think a lot of people are suffering from anxiety right now, especially with all the pressure that is created from what's going on in the world right now. I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, whether you're a Christian or a non-Christian, or you're a Republican or a Democrat, or whoever you feel, you can feel there's a lot of tension in the world right now, and there's a lot of things going on that are very nerve-wracking for just people. I think it's nerve-wracking for people in general, and we're having a hard time talking to each other. So being able to deal with that anxiety is something that I'm finding that I'm able to face better now. I have a lot of people ask me about anxiety on the diet and about dealing with anxiety, and I say yes, it has helped me to reduce my symptoms. But more importantly, it's helped me to focus on what I need to do to be more mentally healthy, to be able to accept that I'm not in an emergency situation, even though a lot of times what's going on in the world might make it feel like it, and my body responds as if it's an emergency situation. But again, that's something I'm just scratching the surface on right now. As far as the physical health and the mental health, those have been great so far. And spiritually even, as I'm doing right now a fast, the longest fast I've ever done, I'm really just enjoying the fact that I'm able to tell my flesh no to something that it feels like it wants, and it's okay. People tell me all the time, I can't quit eating this. I'm a sugar addict. I can't quit eating cake. I can't quit having X, Y, or Z, whatever you fill in the blank with. And as long as you say that, it's going to be true. You're not going to be able to quit those things. But if you decide that your health is more important and you're willing to try to eliminate some of the garbage from your life, Lion diet might be the choice for you. It might be some other form of carnivore diet or keto diet. And I've known some people who've gone vegan and vegetarian and they claim to be very healthy from it. And they're not all militant about it, so we can have a conversation. So who am I to say? But I can tell you that if you find what's going to work for you, it's most likely going to involve getting rid of sugar, getting rid of refined carbohydrates, flour, but also it's going to involve getting rid of seed oils. That's the big one. Cotton oil, canola oil, palm oil, all the different seed oils out there. Now, the guy I was talking to earlier, he pointed out that he likes to have avocados and he likes to have olive oil. And I said, yeah, those are better if you're going to go that route, because even my wife and kids are seeing benefits by going to a more ketovore route where they're eating that kind of thing too. But I remind folks, if they're not doing cold-pressed olive oil or they're not storing the olive oil properly, it's going to get oxidized, and that's going to cause you to have more inflammation. And that inflammation is going to cause you to seek comfort food, and it's just going to build up and cause problems. You're going to have pain, and you're going to gain weight easier because your body's going to be in a constant state of producing more insulin to deal with all the carbohydrates that are in your system. So many things are going on when you're putting stuff in your body that doesn't need to be there, and those seed oils are a big one, and all the things I've just mentioned, things that you wouldn't have thought of that would be important to look out for, like citric acid. Why is citric acid bad, Dante? I mean, isn't that in oranges? Yeah, citric acid is made naturally in oranges, but when you buy a product from the store, that's not citric acid. That's natural. It's manufactured citric acid. It's made from a fungus. It's made from a mushroom. And it has very high inflammatory features to it for people who ingest that citric acid. Look at the drink you're drinking right now. If it's a lemon lime soda or something along that line, it's got manufactured citric acid in it. Look at the food boxes you have and see the ingredients that are on there. If you see citric acid, you can guarantee it's almost 99.999% sure to be manufactured citric acid. And it's causing you to have inflammation. And it's causing you to have pain. And it's causing you to not feel like getting up to exercise. You got to cut that stuff out. So, like I was telling him, and I was telling a buddy of mine down in Florida who was asking me about Lion diet. I said, what's your reason for doing this diet? Are you just looking to lose weight, or are you looking for an overall health change? Do you have a medical problem that's not being addressed by doctors? That's what I had. I didn't do this just to lose weight, but I knew I would lose weight when I did it because I had done a similar diet years before. So I started recording my videos because I figured, well, this is going to show a good process. People might enjoy this. I had no idea it was going to turn into what this channel has become, but I'm thankful for it, and I'm thankful for you guys. That reminds me, I need to thank some people while I'm thinking about it right now because I've been gone for a couple of weeks. But there have been a couple of people who have really helped me out over the past few weeks. First and foremost, I want to thank Susan Baker. She donated, and look at my phone's broken. That's another thing that happened while I was visiting it for my stepfather's funeral. But she sent $250 to me via PayPal as a donation to help out with the channel. And that is far and away more generous than anything I have received. And I just had to say thank you, Susan. I appreciate that. Also, I've had 2 recent new patrons that signed up to help support the channel, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's the most anybody has offered to do through Patreon as well. Chris Hackard signed up to do $5 a month, and Coco McKeon signed up to do $20 a month, and you folks just have no idea how much that helps out with the cost of, like breaking things and having to replace cables and just to spend time doing this. I get most of my reward from just knowing that it's helping somebody, but I really appreciate the fact that not only do you help me cover the expenses that it takes to put into this, but maybe someday I can do this full time, and then I can provide for my family and also be able to share great information with you folks that I'm just going to keep searching for, and hopefully be able to bring you things that are going to help you with your health and help you to feel better and help you to find your way to a better being physically, mentally, and really more importantly spiritually. I'm a follower of Christ, and I know that can mean a lot of things depending on who's saying it. Let's just say that I am not a member of a denomination. I'm not a member of a ministry of any kind other than my own personal ministry, and that's just to witness to you that I've experienced amazing change in my life through my following Christ and getting to know Him through His Word. And hopefully you can find that as well if you're on this journey to finding truth. Truth in your physical, spiritual, and mental health. Finding a way to live the best way you can in the one chance you get at this life. And being able to be thankful for the fact that this isn't where it ends. There's so much more beyond this world. And it all goes together. And I want to see each and every one of you experience not only the best life you can have on this earth, but also to be able to see you again in the afterlife. Well, that's all I got for right now. I got a lot more coming. I hope you'll be back. Get up and do it. I'll see you next time.
If we pay extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?